Another member of the Belgian mafia is Nicolas van Speybroek, lawyer, with office Markt 10 in the city of De Panne, Belgium. He is the lawyer, of course, of Mistress Anne Van Este, which is the mayor of the city of De Panne, who is also a politician. She is a parliamentary representative and member of parliament, Flemish parliament, I think, or she was maybe. And she was mayor of the city of De Panne, and of course she is, I don't know if she laundered money herself, but it's highly likely. What is for sure is that the town council has laundered money, and we highly suspect also that the town council of Silly, and maybe most probably her mayor also, its mayor, Mr. At that time it was Mr. Christian Leclerc, that they might have also laundered money, because of course this system was put into place by, among other people, a prominent person on the local scene, which was Mr. Francis Soutens. Okay, so now what I want to tell you is so back to yes, Mr. Nicolas van Speybroek. So Nicolas van Speybroek, of course, he's participating very actively in that mafia proceeding 161553A, and I will tell you more about this mafia proceeding a bit later on. So let's switch Nicolas van Speybroek. Now we arrive at public notary Mr. Benoît Heymans. Benoît Heymans is a public notary of Longeval Nicolas, Longeval Bernard, Longeval Caroline, all members of the mafia. And you have to know that Benoît Heymans is has produced also a fake paper which is illegal. It's a kind of what they call in French certificate of heredity, certificat d'hérédité, or attestation d'hérédité in French. That is a proof when somebody when somebody dies, of course, then there are potential heirs, and in order to the bank to know, normally the bank accounts are blocked. The person who dies, they are blocked until it is known to the public notary which is the public stance of each potential heir to the legacy. Of course, the mafia wanted that our children would accept the legacy and expected our children would accept the legacy based on authorization of the competent justice of the peace, but they did not. And what happened is that we noticed that in Mafia Proceeding 161553 there was talk about a very important paper that and it was written that we had such a paper, and that we were asked to produce such a paper, but we didn't have that paper. So, and it was written in the papers of Mafia Proceeding 1653 that this paper had been issued by Mr. Benoît Heymans, public notary of Longeval Nicolas, Longeval Bernard, Longeval Caroline, and that I had that paper, and the court was asking us to produce that paper. The court, what I mean by the court, it means the opposite party, which was the mafia, which is of course the town council of the city of De Panne, and her mayor Nicolas lawyer Nicolas van Speybroek. Because the aim was that the children would accept the legacy, and that we would then produce that paper showing that in which written by public notary Benoît Heymans, stating that Nicolas Longeval has dismissed the legacy, Bernard Longeval has dismissed the legacy, Caroline Longeval has dismissed the legacy, but the children have accepted the legacy. That was the aim of the mafia, to wait with that paper until the children would have been authorized to accept the legacy, and then come up with that paper that would be drafted by Benoît Heymans, stating that children have accepted the legacy. What happened is that the children have dismissed the legacy. And But before that, on noticing that there was question about that paper, we decided to go to Benoit Heymans and ask him, what is that paper they are referring in mafia proceeding 161553? What is that paper that we are supposed to produce and that has been drafted by you? He was surprised that we came, and we asked him that he signed that paper, that he gave us that paper now. It was, I think, I can't remember if it was in, I have the paper, but maybe in September 2017. Can't remember. No, or November 2017. No, sorry, no, 9th of, no, November maybe. And then what happened? We went there, and he was surprised that we were there, and we were asking that paper straight ahead. But he was not ready. So he put the name of the date, the name of the day, and that paper, of course, he couldn't write that the children had been authorized to dismiss the legacy. He couldn't, at that time it was not the case. He couldn't write that the children have been authorized to accept the legacy because it was not the case. So he made that paper stating that the children had not yet been authorized to accept the legacy, which is of course not possible, because such a paper can only be issued when the stance of all potential heirs is known. The stance of Jean Nicolas has always been known. The stance of Jean Bernard has always, they have rejected the legacy. The stance of Jean Caroline has always been known. But we were there earlier than what the mafia expected. And he was surprised, and he made that paper, and he gave it that paper. We then introduced that paper in the papers of Mafia Proceeding 161553A. Papers stating that the children had not yet been authorized to accept the legacy, and dated, because this was also the only paper we had. Of course, this is not what the mafia expected, and they have most probably falsified that paper. They have most probably, because their aim is to issue a paper stating that the children have accepted the legacy. This, together with the legal documents we have stating that according to the rule of law I have dismissed the legacy, the children have dismissed the legacy, all these papers have most probably been supplemented or been discarded from the falsified version of Mafia Proceeding 161553A, and Mr. Vincent Dunta is behind everything. I'm sure about that, 100% sure. He's the boss.